So this is going to be a trip out to Madden, choke, acceleration pump, start. So I'll just let it warm up for a few minutes. So the first part of my trip is to refuel. And we're refueling at Simmons Valley Road using Google Maps on this trip, and we're going up 772 all the way to Madden. So, well, let's see how long it takes to get there. I got my Kemi Motos with one gas jug in there, another gas jug in there, each 1 gallon. This one is pretty much used up. I started with half a tank of gas, and now that's my first fill up, and I am heading back on the road. Let's get things started. Charging. Okay. Overcharge protection. Okay, away we go. Probably 100. Yep. So we're on way. We're underway. We're going. And the speed limit here is 100 kilometers an hour for a little while, a few miles, and then it goes down to 90, and the Honda Navi can get up to 80. And it's a very nice warm day. We're at Warp 1, departing Calgary, and we're now on the 772 heading up to Madden, Alberta, which was where I went to watch a bicycle race a couple of years back with the Alberta 55 Plus. And so I kept watch on a corner to direct people onto the route. And I'm pulling over here because there's a speeding truck and he's going like a bat out of sugar cookies. So I'm just going to wait here, let a couple of vehicles get by, and then get underway. Once I get past the next few miles, it'll be quite nice. And so on this video, I'm going to go into warp speed so that the ride doesn't take a whole hour and a half to actually watch the scenery and the tall grass. And we got some really steep hills on this ride here, but the Navi has no problem getting over those. And so now we're well underway. Honda Navi is very fun motorcycle to ride. Yes, it's not the fastest thing out there, but on these back roads, it's actually not that bad. I try to get roads that are 80 kilometers an hour or less, and this road here doesn't have a lot of traffic. Once I get a few more kilometers under me, it's actually not bad. A lot of people cycle out this area here because it's fairly flat on this route. And as you can see up ahead, there are some steep hills that are waiting for the Navi to get over. And generally on the Navi, I just run it around 60, 70 kilometers an hour most of the time. There's no point trying to do 80 and then have everybody fly by at 100. So, mind you, as long as there's not too much traffic on the road and people can pass whenever they need to, it's not an issue. Plus, on this ride here, it's only going to cost me like about $3.60 for gas. It's ridiculously cheap. I get roughly around 39 kilometers per liter. And I have a whole gallon of gas on the right side of the bike in the Kemi Moto saddlebag. And the 1 gallon jug I got on the left side, it will be empty before I get back, because I've already used some gas out of it. And this is one way to get around the Navi's small fuel tank and get some miles on it. So I just pull over wherever I can and top it up, and then I'm back underway. This is really nice country out here. Lots of rolling hills, wide open farmland, lots of trees here and there. And this is the prairies at its best. Cruising along and enjoying the ride. Hardly anybody on this road. And I better pull over here. Well, I better get back as soon as I can, which means pushing the Navi to 70 kilometers an hour for most of the ride, because heavy rains are moving into Calgary. Yeah, I can see the cumulus clouds building up ahead here, and there's a tree on the left side here that had half the tree fall off. I guess they must have some really strong winds out this area. But I guess that's why they've got a few trees growing along the side of the road, kind of break the wind up a little bit. I used to ride out here. I think probably about 5 years ago, I took my fat bike out here with a spare battery and rode all the way out to Madden and back. And it took me quite a bit longer, but it was a really nice ride out. Warm summer day, and I'm hoping this next week the weather's supposed to turn around. We're supposed to get really hot, sunny weather, and no more thunderstorms. So that's going to be an improvement. Last few weeks have just been getting a little monotonous with all the thunderstorms, and here we are. I've been checking out the weather maps this morning, and I figured if I get back by about 1 o'clock at the latest, I should be fine with the storm. It looks like it's building up quite quickly, and that's the problem with these storms. They can develop much more quickly than you can actually drive the distance to get back. So rather than find a different route to go back and see different scenery, I'm just going to head back the way I came, or close to it, and get back before that big storm gets in. This section of the route is pretty good. There isn't that much traffic on it, especially if we head out during the middle of the day. And A lot of scenery to see, get out to the wide open spaces and enjoy the sun. So yeah, quite a few years ago, I remember it was on August the 5th, we had a really nasty storm in Calgary. And the strange part about it was that where I live in Calgary, the storms tend to divert north and south of where we are. Calgary usually gets hit really bad a lot of times with some really heavy thunderstorms. And the worst of it is going to pass south of us today. And that's typical. We're sort of in between, except for that August the 5th hailstorm we had a few years ago, which cost billions of dollars in damage, a lot of siding broken. So we had to get our roof replaced, we had to get the siding redone. Even the wood trim on the house was pelted with hail and dented. It was actually dented, and paint was taken off. And it sounded like buckshot coming down out of the sky. Oh man, was it ever loud, and the hail was hitting the sidewalk and bouncing up to our door. It was terrible. Oh my darling, oh my darling, oh my darling Honda Navi. Well, the clouds are getting darker and the storm is getting bigger. Quick, you turn back. We're heading back to Calgary. As you can see now, that storm is huge. It's probably up to 20 or 30,000 feet already. And the interesting thing in Calgary is we don't get much stratus cloud out here because we're already at 3,500 feet. And stratus cloud is low level cloud. Most of it's below 6,500 feet, so we don't get that much stratus cloud in Calgary. It's usually quite dry out here, which means the wooden fences just fall apart after about 10 years. However, with all the rain, man, we've been getting a lot of rain this year, and it's been very, very humid. So it's been getting that way the last few years. I figured once the Earth starts heating up and all this global warming stuff happens, that the moisture is going to move north and south of the equator to the higher latitudes when things get really hot. So it seems to be working that way because for the last few years we've had a lot of humidity in Calgary. And a few years before that, it was extremely dry. Even the drainage ponds didn't get any water in, but right now they're full. We've had so much rain lately. In fact, I think the farmers are a little bit tired of it because it may cause problems with their crops. So let's just hope that we get some nice dry weather. And my catnip in the backyard is just growing like crazy. I swear those plants dump at least 1,000 seeds per plant, and then the next year there's more sprouting all over the place. It already gets up to like 3.5 feet high, and I kind of thought, oh, this would be a cool idea to get some for the cats to keep them happy. Gotta stop. Fuel time. I guess I'll use up whatever's left in that 1 gallon jug and get back onto the road here real quick. Sip, 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 glug, glug, glug. And I got a long funnel there, works just perfect for the Navi. And stick it back in there. Yep, my little trunk container there under the gas tank. That thing is packed full. I carry a spare backpack in there in case I decide to go pick up some extra groceries and stuff. Then I have way more storage space than what I actually need, so I don't get stuck. If I'm going shopping, I just take the gas jugs out of the Kemi Moto saddlebags, and that gives me a lot of extra storage in there. Plus the trunk bag that I took off of my CBR 125 and put it on there. That is big enough to actually stick a full-faced helmet in, so I have a lot of storage space on this bike, and it's to get ready for doing some camping this year. Hopefully in the next couple of weeks I'll be able to go out and do an overnight camp someplace and really enjoy the warmer weather, because we're all getting a little bit tired of this rain. And so here I'm going to be heading down here and coming up to the light, so I guess I got to stop.
Hey Google, send a message to Vicky. Nope, not gonna do that.
Hey, I have an idea. I know exactly where I should go now. Back in the city again. Back in the city again. Where everybody speeds. And sometimes they bleeds. Boy, these guys are moving 80 kilometers an hour in the 60 zone. Whoa. But the Navi kept up pretty good. Yeah. Almost back. I guess I'm going to make it back just fine now. There's a little bit of sprinkling, a little bit of mist happening on my visor. Yeah, we're almost where I want to go. I think I will do a secret trip. And I think Vicky's going to like this idea that I have. And of course this is only a 50 kilometer an hour road, but yeah, people usually do 60, 70.